Let's talk some logic today. Okay, so there's a lot of people, and I've had this happen to me sometimes too. Not so much anymore, but for a long time I had this happen. Okay, you see my outfit? Okay, I'm making a statement with what I'm wearing. You can go some places, and people who aren't comfortable with their body think that they can put their pressures on you. Look, oh my god, she's showing her boobs. Really? Okay, first of all, everything I do, everything I say has a purpose. I calculate everything. Okay? You love my swimsuit top? Just because I'm in the store in this, is that any different than if I was at the beach when you're in a bikini? Logic. Oh, you wear too much makeup. You don't wear any makeup. So should I say, why don't you feel good enough about yourself to make yourself look gorgeous? When you look at me and say, well, my God, what's she trying to cover up? Or you could approach me and say, oh, hey, you look beautiful. You know what I love to do? I love to look gorgeous. You want to know why? Because when I go places, because of the way I look and being a model, as sweet as I am, I will walk up to people. I'll give them big old hugs. I'm like, hey, gorgeous. Hey, beautiful. You know how big of a compliment it is to have somebody that looks the way I do go up to somebody else who has no self-confidence. All I see is beauty, pure beauty that they can't even see in themselves. They're all hunched over and they've got, bad self-esteem. There's nothing that makes my day more than when I see somebody like this. I go up there, I'm like, oh my God. Oh, you've got the most beautiful smile, or your complexion, or just whatever it is about them that I'm like, wow. You know what this does? They're like, oh, yeah. And they're just like, oh, so you make people feel good about them. And guess what? That is what they will remember. I live locally here. And when I first moved here, I wasn't in the right mind. I was going through a lot of emotional turmoil. Not so much anymore. When I was, people were like, nobody was going to reach out to me and help me. Well, I'm not that kind of person. So when I got my shit straight and I started getting good, beautiful, I actually cared about the way I looked, the way I presented myself, the way I was. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to help this town. So the people that used to look down on me that were like, oh my God, sir, run away. Okay. I walk around. I see them. I'm like, hey, baby, how you doing? I love you. You know, I could say I love you and not want to you. Okay? I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my brother. Love is not all about, you know what I'm saying, okay? Love is about genuinely caring about people and saying, look, I love you. I love you because you're my home teacher. I love you because you're my friend. I love you because you are you and you are unique and beautiful because that's the way God made you. You are perfect. And ever since I've been doing that, anywhere I go around, where I live, anywhere, even up north, I have people that just absolutely flock to me. There's times that I'm like, hey, crap, I'm running out of time. I've got to be here at this time. I've got to be there at that time. I'm like, but I don't want to cut them off short because I'm like, look, I want to make you feel good about yourself. But at the same time, I'm like, I do need to go, but I try to give people my time. Because everybody deserves to feel like they are number one. Okay? Everybody deserves to feel like they're the center of the universe. Why do you think little tiny little girls run up to, Miss Utah, Miss wherever, Miss Universe, and they're like, oh, you're so pretty. And you see the beauty queens, they're taking off their tiaras, putting on the little girl. They're like, oh, you gorgeous little girl. And the little girls are like, It's like their brain short circuits because it's like you have given them such an overload of good feelings and well-being and inspire people to be better and to want to take care of themselves, to know that they have value and put value in them just by, look, baby girl, you look gorgeous. Let's take a photo. I need a photo next to you. You should be the next beauty queen, you know? I may not be an titled beauty queen, but that is a big reason why I dress up everywhere I go. Because believe it or not, whether they're big or they're little, doesn't matter. Men, women, boys. If people are having a rough day and they don't have a smile, the best thing you can do is make them laugh and give them your smile. I have so much love in my heart. I'd give it all away if I could. Because there's nothing that I love more than to see people see the value in who they are. You know, and there's times, yeah, I do some pretty crazy makeup and stuff. But people flock to me. Normally, you see a gorgeous, beautiful woman. They're kind of snobby, ignorant, blah, 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 whatever. I'm not like that. I do dress up. I'll wear my 6-inch stilettos, my jeans, my tops. I go into the store. I make it a very apparent to everyone. Look, I'm here. How y'all doing? Oh my gosh, it's so good seeing you again. I make it apparent to everyone that I can possibly help by making them feel good about them. Because they are them. And that's what I love about people. I don't like people who are fake or put on or anything like that. The true beauty is you. Whether you're comfortable with makeup or not, if you can shine and let that light shine on other people, go out there and do it, man. There's nothing greater. It's like throwing a pebble. You know, go from a hard place, throw a pebble out in the lake. You know, that one splash, you know, it ripples and ripples. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And everybody around you can feel your magnetic field. And if you're putting off happiness and joy and laughter and love, and you have those kind eyes and everybody's like, oh, all they want to do is to have somebody talk kind to them. They want somebody to see the value in them. Because you don't know. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know how they're being treated at home. You don't know if they're valued for what they do. You don't know how they were raised. You don't know that, I mean, I've went to stores when I've been not in a good place. And the people that were kind to me, I can honestly save my life. Because all I needed was that little bit of kindness to know that somebody cared when I felt like nobody did. And I cry because it makes me happy. I cry because I love to see people being loved. It's part of the reason why I doll up the way I do. Because everywhere I go, my entire goal is to make somebody's day. I want them to go home. Them to be like, oh my gosh, I don't ever want to lose this feeling. I feel like I've known you my entire life. You're beautiful, you're kind. And I want them to remember how to feel happy so that if they're ever in a low place again, they can resort back to those feelings. Because you never know. There's a lot of people that don't have people to go to. And that's why I'm willing to put myself out there and be that friend. I am a true friend. I am there for people because I know a lot of people aren't. When you go through the hardest things in your life, you find out who your real friends are. And the people that were just there for what they could get from you, they ain't doing you any favors. They don't give two shits about you. I learned that the hard way. But the people that I questioned are the ones that showed up. It's also been the people who have been through the most heartache, who have been through the most trials. Because I find the people that have been through the toughest things in life have the biggest hearts, the most compassion, because they know they've been there. There's times I will go out, I will see homeless people. I can't tell you how many times I've seen homeless people. I've handed them $100. And you want to know why I do that? I have been homeless. I don't know how many times. I've been in that place, and when I was homeless, I never asked for a handout. But nobody stopped and asked me if I needed help. I can see a need, and if I see a need, I will do everything I can to help those people. You know, and I don't believe in the entire thing that everybody's like, oh, well, they're just going to buy beer and cigarettes or blah, 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 blah. You know what? If it's charity, if it's true charity, darling, once you give that money to them, it's none of your business. Did you know, even if they do go and drink a beer, so flippin' what? One, they're in emotional turmoil and it numbs you a little bit. So what? If it's a cold night, at least they feel warm, because when you drink alcohol, it makes your body temperature feel like it's somewhat warm. As long as they're not in such a cold area that they could get hypothermia, but at least it takes somewhat of the chill off of them. That's comfort to them. So why? And you know what? Most people that smoke, you want to know why they smoke? The true reason? Most people smoke is because they have terrible anxiety. And you're going to judge against that? I thought we were all supposed to be brothers and sisters of Christ. I can't see it being Christ-like, walking away from somebody or saying, oh, well, you can't hang out with their kids because they smoke, or her because she smokes, or blah, 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 or because they drink. Yeah. That's when you need to say, look, take my hand. How can I help you? That's when you say, look, I'm here for you. If you ever need anything, you can call me. Why do you think I tell people you can call me day or night? I will always have my phone on me. If you are in emotional turmoil, call me. As long as you're not abusing the privileges and you're not calling me for just bullshit reasons just to get my attention, and I know when it's real and when it's not, I will always be there for you. I had a child that I helped raise. She tried to overdose on drugs. She almost died on the ER table. Wouldn't talk to her mom or anybody. So she called me. So I made a 2.5-hour trip up to where she was at. Knocked on the door. I said, hey, it's Mama D. Hey, it's Mama D. She opened the door for me and says, hey, baby girl, what's going on? And she just kind of looked around. I was like, let's go talk in the car. So we went out to the car, sat there, you know, and I played some music and that, and she told me what was going on. I was able to be a benefactor because I was able to help the parents understand what was going on. She told me she wanted to run away. I gave her $100. I says, if you run away, you run to my house. I says, and if you do that, I says, I have people that love me that would help you. I says, we'll get things figured out. I have raised this girl basically as her father after her father passed away. That's why they call me Mama D. Like Mama Daddy. Because for a girl, I'm pretty masculine. And I'm a total tomboy. Even though I may not look like it. Believe it or not, my favorite thing to do is to dumpster dive. Anyways. But you know, they'll come to me and be like, hey, look. This is what's going on. This is what the beef is. This is what the issue is. I'm like, all right, well, let's figure it out. And I saved her. I had another little boy. And it was out to the res. It was right after his father had died from leukemia. He went out to the res, and he tried to drown himself because he wanted to die because he had just lost his father. Thank God I'm a badass swimmer. I could hear him flailing and wailing out in the water. I threw my shit down. I just fucking booked it. I dodged that water. I barely got to him before he drowned. I'm a very fast swimmer, and thank God I was, otherwise he'd have been dead. He has another child that I helped raise. And right after his father passed away, he was ready to end his life. You know, but he didn't have any telltale signs before that. So just remember, when you're being mean to somebody, that rudeness, you think that making them feel smaller than you just so you can feel bigger and be a bully? Fucking retards. All you're doing is hurting them more. And you know what? If you do that, karma's a bitch. It comes back 10 times fold. Whatever you do to people is going to come back to you 10 times fold. If you want good things to happen to you, be a giver. Say, how may I serve you? What can I do for you? What do you need? May I wash your laundry? May I do your dishes? Do you need your lawn mowed? Do you need someone to talk to? Do you need a confidant? Do you need somebody to counsel you? Do you need a ride somewhere? Do you need help with groceries? Even if you don't have it to give it anyways. You want to know why? Because the Lord works in mysterious ways. I have given people stuff I didn't have to give. Next day I had it back. Every time. People say, oh, it's just coincidence, just luck. No. No. Let's not mix coincidence and luck up with miracles. Miracles happen every day. It's whether or not you choose to see them. How do you think I'm able to do half the stuff I do? I'm able to do all this stuff because that power was given to me by our Heavenly Father. So if you feel like you're being bashed on, people are being mean to you and all that, thank your enemies. Because in the long run, it'll be like me. It will make you more stronger, more determined, and you will be 10 times better off in the long run. People say, you know what, you're a bitch. Thank you for that. Because I work best under pressure. And if they're being nice, give it back to them. Like, oh, you are the sweetest thing. And you know what? That ripple effect. I mean, you yell at your, employee. He's going to go home and yell at his wife or his kids. They're going to go home and yell at their Relief Society presidents. They're going to go to school and yell at their... And it's just ripple. What you put in the universe is just going to keep going. It's like echo, 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 echo. It just gets more and more and more. And whether it's a positive vibration or a bad vibration, everything you say manifests. But what you realize is when it hits that other shore, it's going to bounce back. Except for it's going to hit you back 10 times fold from that first pebble in the water. So do you want your karma to be hit back at the good or hit back with the bad? It's just a little bit of food for thought. You can tell a lot about people. People can tell you whatever the hell they want to. Now, I do somewhat judge on words, but that's because, well, I've got talents other people don't know about. Their actions will tell you who they truly are. Okay? You can have somebody say, oh, you're a piece of shit, you're this or that, whatever. But yet, you see that person donating everywhere they can. You see that person offering free babysitting. You see that person picking people up, taking them to the store. You see that person donating money left and right. So what you're judging them, is that really a judgment on them? Or is that a mirror of what you think about yourself? Usually if you accuse somebody of something else, it's a reflection of who you are. So, if you want that reflection to be good, you should think before you run your mouth. It's like I say, I'm Thumper. Thumper, if you don't got anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. Right? I love cartoons because there are a lot of valuable lessons in them. The biggest mistake the world has made is losing their inner innocence. If we all went back, I mean, you can still be mature, but at the same time, still have that child laugh, giggling, have fun. People are too boring nowadays. You know what? It's because I'm a big kid. I would go to Walmart and I would, like, play on pogos. Okay? I will bounce on the bubbles. That's what drives people to you. Nobody wants to be around the board. Nobody wants to be around the all the time. I mean, there's times it's needed. But if you discipline with love. You want people to be attracted to you. You want friends. You want people to like you. People that want to be around you all the time. Laugh. Laugh at everything. Good, bad, laugh. If it's something that really bothers you, you don't have to get all winchy about it. Just say, hey, I'm not comfortable with that. Stand your ground. But what you need to realize is not everybody has the same standards as you do. I have standards for me. And the bar that I set my standards at are perfect for me. I used to try to meet other people's standards. The bar kept getting raised higher and higher and higher and higher. You're never going to meet up to anybody else's expectations. Make your own expectations. This is where I want to be. Meet it. If you want to do better, go for it. If you don't, that's good enough. I'm just proud that you're trying. All right. Now, with that being said, I do love y'all. Hopefully I didn't put a damper in your day. But it gives you some food for thought. Makes you think twice before you put something out. How do you want it to come back to you? How do you want it to affect those that you love? How do you know you yelling at somebody isn't going to affect somebody that you love? I mean, it gets to be a pretty wide, broad circle. So, treat others how you want to be treated. That is the golden rule. I hope you like and subscribe. Pretty please. All right, y'all. I love you, and you have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening.